Hello everyone, Dr. Victoria Scribo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. A quick drive from Cape Cod, in case you're interested. Okay, so Cape Cod, Massachusetts. So let's take a look at the taroscope for the sign of Gemini. Mercury ruled sign. And before we do that, before we get into the cards, let's take a look at the astrology of this month. So this month, the sun spends most of its time in the sign of Virgo, as it does every September, but it also spends time in Libra. So for the Gemini, Virgo is the sign associated with its fourth house. It's home, and so home becomes a focus, and the fifth house, your children. Okay, your children, your creativity. We do have a new moon in Virgo, and it is falling in your fourth house, in the fourth house for Gemini, and it's in Virgo. So this is a good time to start projects that need specific working at making things work better, fixing things, fixing what's broken. That can also apply to your family, which of course is always like, isn't that always loads of fun? You know, that's a joke. Fixing your family. But you can work on healing some things with the family, and they can be a practical matter. This might be a good time to give your kids some chores. Get one of those things, you know, you put up and say, you do this, you do that, you do this. You know, you like lists, right? So what's wrong with that? All right, we also have a full moon in Pisces. And that full moon will fall in your 10th house. So we can see an awareness between work and home. We can see awareness around parenting issues, either you being a parent or how you were parented. And of course, that is an axis of security, both physical and emotional security. So those are the things that come up for you astrologically anyway. You are a Mercury ruled sign, just like Virgo is. And Mercury actually spends most of the month in its pre-shadow phase. It goes retrograde on the 27th, but starts its pre-shadow around the 7th. So keeping schedules is going to be a little bit harder. You do have, your sign is the sign that is on the North Node right now, the transiting North Node. So you've been very busy putting out information, gathering information. That's all very Gemini, but you know, just because it's out there doesn't mean people are going to well, the nice thing about Gemini is they put out information, but they mostly don't get attached to whether people listen to them. They just keep putting out information, right? So you're not as invested that people have to actually go by what you say. But you do like facts, and you do like to show the facts, and facts do matter to the Gemini. So there's that. So I think that's what I want to say about Gemini at this point, astrologically. We do have on the 4th, we have a trine to Saturn that helps to stabilize the mind, stabilize perhaps some of your projects that you've been working on. And let's see, is there anything else worth mentioning? This month, we do have on the day that the sun moves into Libra, which is the 22nd, we do have a square between Pluto and Mercury. It is a last quarter crisis in consciousness square. So you can feel like you want to rebel, or you can have people in your life that are rebelling against your authority. So, and at that time, the sun can be in the 5th house, so it could be a kid thing. So just be aware of that. Okay. So we're going to use the Light Seer's deck for you, Gemini. This is for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising. So what is up for the Gemini in the month of August? Your ruling planet, Mercury, is going to be in Gemini is going to be in Libra until November, the beginning of November. So it's in there a long time. So there'll be a lot of discussions around relationship for everybody. But it is your ruling planet, so. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Shuffle up. Shuffle up to Buffalo. Boop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop. I'm showing my age, aren't I? Okay. We start with the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about turning your back on something that you've worked a really, really long time on, because it's no longer spiritually fulfilling. You've done your work, you've done a lot of work, but it's just not doing the same thing it used to do for you. So you're turning away from it. This can also be a card of abandonment. It may be that you've worked really, really hard on something and somebody's turning their back on you. So this is a challenging card in that, and it's emotional. It's an emotional card because we're dealing with cups. In the Kabbalah, this card actually sits in Hod, which is ruled by Mercury, which is your ruling planet. But it is associated with the sign of Pisces in there. So let's see what's crossing that. Okay, the Seven of Swords. I feel as though you have been misrepresented. This card says to me that something has been misrepresented. I think you've been lied to. Maybe the lie caused you to turn your back on something that you've worked really hard for. Maybe somebody is lying to the person who's walking away from you. This is somebody not to be, there's somebody around you that's not to be trusted. They are doing, they're doing things undercover. You can't see who it is. They have a hood on, but you can see that the crows are cawing. And so if you keep your ears open, you're going to find out who it is. And it's one of those things, and this, I don't know, it's like like in movies when like the bad guy comes in, you hear the music starts to get a little different, right? We don't have a soundtrack to our life. There's nobody playing music in the background where it's like doo-doo-doo, and you should pay attention, right? But we do have our instincts and we do have our intuition on things. And so I would say, if you're getting that sort of weird sense, like, oh, what was that chill up my spine, and somebody walks past, or somebody that's always been, you're like, oh, chill. Pay attention. Pay attention, because the signs are there. The signs are there. Okay, so it looks like at the root we have the Tower. So there has been something big that has happened for you, Gemini. Something really, really big. It's knocked you off your feet. It's knocked you off your feet. And perhaps you've walked away from a situation, a love situation, because we're dealing with cups, the Eight of Cups, because somebody lied to you and you just found out. It could be that as well. But there's definitely, people haven't been straight with you, and I think you found out. I think you found out. So, but be aware that whenever the Tower comes up, and it's at the root of the situation, so I feel like this has already happened, or it's in the midst of happening. It's really here to free you. It's here to free you so you can pursue something that's worth pursuing, that's worth your time, that you've come to do. So any losses that you have now, they are not losses. They are opportunities to move in a better direction for yourself. In the past, we have the Two of Pentacles. This is trying to balance the books, balance your finances, balance your body. Pentacles deal with the physical body, so there can be a need to balance that. You've been working on that. You've been working on your balance. In the sky, we have the Lover's card. So this is the Gemini card, interestingly enough. So there are choices to be had. So if you're feeling heartbroken, know that there is love out there for you, and there are better choices for you to make. Better choices. And we have the Knight of Swords. This guy seems to be running away, or maybe he's running to he's running towards his motorcycle. He's running towards his getaway. Pay attention to who's running away from you, because they may actually be this guy, right? That guy. All right. This could also be you running for, to get away from a situation. Run, don't walk, that kind of thing. I almost want to say, if somebody's running away, let the authorities deal with them. You don't have to deal with them. Let somebody whose job it is deal with them. You don't have to run after them. Let them go. You don't need them. They're helping you move into something better. How it's seen from the outside, we have celebration, the Four of Wands. So there are some people, I think, around you that say, thank God. That one's gone. Thank God they're out of that person's life. That's what it feels like to me. I think your friends are happy for you. Your domestic situation, the Sun, illumination. Illumination. This is the other side of the Tower card. This is rebirth. This is all good things. This is light, 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 light. Hopes and fears, justice. Yeah, leave it up to justice. Leave it up to the cosmic order. It'll take care of itself. It'll work itself out. Six of Cups as an outcome card. This is nostalgia. This is a card about really connecting with that inner child and perhaps doing some inner child work. Or do some nostalgia. Maybe it's time, with the new moon happening in your 4th house, maybe it's time for you to go back home and resolve some things and heal some things and fix some things with that family of origin. Yeah, it's time. It's time to heal those things. We have the Queen of Pentacles, so that's financial stability. The Queen of Wands, which is sensuality and happiness, and hope these are some pretty powerful queens here. And the Hanged Man. Enjoy the moments. There are some things that you can't change. There are some things that happen and that you have no control over. You have to be willing to let go of that stuff and look at life from a different perspective. So you don't want to become embittered by your situation. You don't want to become embittered by your situation. And underneath it, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is often about cutting something away, taking an action and cutting something. It's like once you take that action, you can't go down that road because you've made the decision to go down the other road. And then we have the Hermit, which is a time of introspection, maybe a time of being alone. And then the Star, which is finding your guiding star, connecting with the cosmos. So this has been challenging. I'm not going to, I don't have to sugarcoat it because you experienced it. But know that on the other side of this is nothing but light, and if there is somebody, vengeance is not yours. let vengeance is mine. No, it's not. leave that to fate. Leave that to fate. Because everybody pays. Everybody pays. Okay, so let's pick a Spirit of the Wheel card and see what we come up with. I just thought somebody was coming down my driveway, so sorry, I got distracted for the moment. Right Berries Moon, life lessons, victory, and courage. Courage. Okay, where is my little book? Oh, here it is. It's so little, I couldn't find it. 23. Excuse me. What do we have here? We have an owl, a hummingbird, a hawk, and a crow. So this is the bird, our bird relatives. Survival is the theme of the Ripe Berries Moon. No matter what hardships life has recently handed you, this moon signals victory over adversity. Yay, I told you so. I told you so. Past issues resurface because Spirit knows you are now equipped to deal with it. Truths avoided only resurface at a later time. Confront the lesson and release the burdens that stand in the way of your personal fulfillment. Those born under this moon, July 23rd to August 22nd, so that is Leos actually, have a very masculine approach which comes across as incredible strength and stamina. This moon encourages you to explore your softer feminine side deep within and brings your emotions to the surface. Face them with an open, nurturing heart and express them with the strength and stability of the Ripe Berries Moon influence. When you find this balance, you will feel emotional calm and be able to hear the voice of your intuition. You will have the strength and courage to accept an abundant life for yourself. Set an example to others who look up to you. Owning your own power comes from accepting and creating abundance through gentle perseverance and strength of will. You're going to be fine, Gemini. Fine. Now, let's pick a Crystal Ally card. The Crystal Ally card is a deck of cards. It is not a tarot deck. It's not really even an oracle deck, but it is a great deck. It's different than most other decks. It was designed by a woman named Naisha Ashian, who has changed her name to Samaya Aster. I'll put it in the descriptor so you can see that. And the book and this deck, this is her second edition. The first edition, I had behind me there. I used for years, and this is the Evolution edition, and there's a few more cards in it, so there are a few more crystals in it. And it is organized by element. There's earth, air, fire, water, and a fifth element called storm. And if you pick a fire card, it's about your intuition and your creativity. If you pick a water card, it's generally about emotions and feelings and relationships. If it is air, it's your mind and how your mind works and learning. If it's earth, it's practical considerations. And if it's a storm card, it is total transformation. So let's see what card we can pick for Gemini. And the cool thing about this is that most of these stones are pretty easy to come by. So you can actually get one of these stones and have it for the month. We have a storm card, total transformation, and it is herderite, and it is evolution. So that tower card at the bottom. There's your storm, people. Okay, let's see if we can find this. Oh, here we go. The chakras that are activated by this stone is the crown and the soul star. The soul star is about 18 inches above your head. It's sort of your connection to the stars, actually. Well, actually, to your own soul. And then there's another stargate There's a couple, we have the 7 chakras that we work with that are down the body, but there are chakras outside of the body, above and below. There's quite a few books on it if you're interested. So your affirmation is, I improve myself, my creations, to better reflect my spiritual evolution. Turning your back on those things that are not spiritually fulfilling, right? That 8 of Cups. The message, when Herderite appears as your ally, you are being asked to evolve your life better to reflect where your growth has brought you. Evolution is the process of raising your current life and experiences to a higher level. This means looking at what in your present reality requires improvement or change to more closely match where you are vibrating. You're being asked to bump it up a notch and to put effort in improving yourself in all aspects of your reality. As with any storm element card, Herderite heralds a time of great change. Herderite is telling you that this change is directed by your thoughts and actions, and that the actions you choose to take. You know in your heart which parts of your life needs renewal and which needs to be completely released. The actions that you take to improve and evolve yourself and your life will cause ripples in the entire fabric of humanity, moving the evolution of us all forward a step. That's the thing, as each one of us evolves, as each one of us heals, we add to the collective evolution and the collective healing. So no, nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Everything counts. Everything counts. All right, my Gemini friends, take a breath and know that if you have had these experiences, know that it only means that something better is coming along for you. Have yourself a great month. Like and subscribe. Much love from me to you. I am well acquainted with the Tower, and it's always better on the other side of it. It's very, very true. Much love.